Hey dudes, OverTheGun here on the topic of Call of Duty. Now, I've had this discussion many a time with folk on the shout box and in real life and stuff like that, and I have a very strange neutrality with Call of Duty. Now, I guess I'll start with the anti-duty kind of standpoint. Not my standpoint, just voicing everybody else's opinions as well. Kind of. I don't pretend to speak for everybody, but to be honest, people's opinions are so vocal about Call of Duty. It's very hard not to hear everybody else's opinions on it. So for the folk that don't like Call of Duty, it's I don't know. The Call of Duty hate has become almost like where people think it's okay to hate on people that smoke or someone that's overweight. You know, they're acceptable targets to diss the shit out of. It's like that with Call of Duty in gaming. It's absolutely fine. I'm not saying it's fine, but that's just the internet rule. Absolutely fine to diss the absolute fuck out of Call of Duty. You just lay the shit out of it. People that play Call, not my opinion by the way. I'm just repeating the opinion. This is what it seems like. Not only is Call of Duty shit, the people that play are also shit. I'm sorry, I mean, some people might disagree, going, oh, well, no, people are just bagging the game, they're not bagging the people as well. Not from what I've seen. Not from what I've seen. The vast majority of people will call Call of Duty an absolute pile of rank bullshit, and the people that play it to be mindless peons that pay for the same game year after year after year, and are also quite stupid. And, well, like I said, I'll get into my opinion later on. The other opinion is that Call of Duty is the greatest thing that has ever happened in ever. Sliced bread is a failed invention compared to Call of Duty's fantastic majesty. And like I say, I agree with neither of these standpoints. I always say, always free to have your own opinion. Always free to have your own opinion. I'm a very much advocate of people having their own opinions. As I always say, just like arseholes, everybody else won, and everybody thinks everybody else's stinks, which they do. But still, like I say, my opinion is very fence-sitish. Well, it's not fence-sitish because fence-sitish would imply, my opinion imply, it would imply that I don't want to voice my opinion one way or the other by fence-sitting. It's not the actual case. My opinion just goes straight down the middle. You cannot get more down the middle about Call of Duty than what I am. So, how would my opinion differ from the Call of Duty haters' opinion? You know, they slam the shit out of the game and the people that play it. I don't think it's right. Look, I mean, you could come out with the argument, look at Call of Duty's stats. It's like, is it not one of or the biggest selling game of all time? It breaks box office records. Well, not box office, but you know what I mean. It breaks records every time it's released for sales on day one and everything else. Now, of course, the counter argument to that is sales don't mean shit, because leading into the second part of the haters. No, haters, like I say, that implies that you're hating. It's just your opinion, so I'm not going to call you a hater. But the second part of that opinion was that the people that play it are also mindless. So hence your view that, you know, well, it sells shit tons, so it can't be that bad, can it? They kind of nullify it by saying, well, the people that buy it are just fucking mindless. Now, on that topic, I would say I disagree quite largely. The people that buy it are mindless? What? Because they want to play something they have fun with? How is that mindless? How is that any different from people playing Warcraft or people playing any game, an indie game, an Xbox game, a PS3 game, Mario, Sonic, first-person games, footy games, any games? How is that any different? You play games for entertainment. So how are people being mindless by seeking entertainment? And they go, oh, well, yeah, well, whatever. But they're buying the same shit year after year. It's like, well, funnily enough, it's actually not the same game. I mean, you know, Modern Warfare 3 came out this year, and it was Black Ops last year, and it's Modern Warfare 3 came out last year, 2011. And before that, it was Black Ops, and this year, 2012, it's going to be Black Ops 2. So, funnily enough, it's actually not the same game every year. You know, even the Modern Warfare 1, 2 and 3 differ quite differently from each other. I mean, you could say, oh, it's only different maps. It's like, yeah, it's different maps. And, like, the amount of guns is different, the way the handle is different, the balance is different, the kill sprees will be handled different. Look at Modern Warfare 3, you know, with specialist and support kill sprees, different ways of doing it and shit like that. You know, all the different game types and stuff like that. It's not the same game. I'm sorry if you look at it and see the same game, but they ain't the same game to play. Plus, also bear in mind that, you know, the same game, well, you know, yearly releases of games aren't exclusive to Call of Duty. Look at sports games. They've been doing it for donkey's years. And why they've been doing it for donkey's years? A, because people buy it, because they want to buy it. And B, because it isn't exactly the same game. I mean, look at it from an adult's standpoint. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't mean to like alienate any kids or like that, but look at it from an adult standpoint. Even as expensive, Call of Duty I consider expensive at £45. You know, it should be £40 or under. I know it's only £5 difference. It's the principle of the matter. You know, PC games are £30 to £35. I object to paying £40 for a console game. £45 to me seems to take the piss. But look at it from an adult standpoint, £45 every 12 months. Who gives a fuck? Seriously. You know, if you play that game for even a month, I feel like I've got my money's worth out of it for £40, £45. It's nothing. It's nothing. Do you know, for the sake of like a month's entertainment, if you play it for more than a month, you're quid's in. I mean, how many other forms of entertainment? If I go to the cinema, it's going to cost me like 20 quid. You know, for a ticket and a drink. It's going to cost about 20 quid now. And the probably people are going, what fucking cinema do you go to? It's like, well, come on, I exaggerated a little bit. But, you know, a cinema ticket, I can't even remember, it's been that long, but it's probably about £8 now, at least, to go see a film. And it's about £3.50, £4 for a fucking drink. And that's 2 hours entertainment at most. And it might not even be a great film. Cinema is quite fucking dire recently. Well, I say recently, for quite a while. But, I mean, it's the equivalent of about 6 or 7 hours of cinema entertainment. That'll run you up about £45. I'm sorry, 6 or 7 hours? I'll play more than that on the release day of Call of Duty. So, price and stuff like that, and the year releases, I'm sorry, I don't buy this argument whatsoever. And people being mindless of buying it every year, I'm sorry, I don't buy that either. But I can see why people have this opinion. You know, they don't like to see something being so successful that they don't like. I mean, I'm sorry, you go, well, no, that's not my opinion exactly and stuff like that. I'm sure there's quite a lot of varying opinions, you know, across the spectrum. But, I mean, that's what it seems to boil down to me. You know, it's the same with, like, Warcraft. It's the same with Minecraft. If folk don't enjoy that game, they don't see how so many people can. And, like I say, in reality, guys, it's quite possible that you could be in a group of like 5% of gamers that don't enjoy it and wonder how 95%, that's not the exact, you know, ratio, like, but wonder how like 95% of them can. It's not impossible for that to happen at all. That's your taste. You're free to have that. But you can't sit there and, you know, like, bag on it and go, why the fuck? You know, you can go like, I don't understand why. I don't enjoy this feature, so I don't understand how anybody else could. Fair enough, but like, you know, there's a reason why so many people enjoy it. And it's not because they're mindless. But there is other slight reasons, which I'll get into now, you know, where people think Call of Duty is the... See, I'm neutral, you know, I'm playing both sides of the argument here. Where it's the best thing in evers, since evers, for evers. Call of Duty is the bestest. And I disagree with that as well, because, I mean, a lot of folk will know me, I am a veteran. And I have no fucking problems with saying that I'm a veteran of first-person games. We go, oh, fuck that. It's like, no, I'm a veteran of first-person games. I've been playing them since fucking Wolf. So, yeah, that I would consider playing first-person games since first-person games came around. I would consider that to be somewhat veterancy. I mean, how many more years do I have to play first-person games? Another 20? Maybe? Will I be a veteran then? I don't know. But I've played a lot. I've played every first-person game under the fucking sun. Some a hell of a lot. I've I've been fucking sponsored to play fucking professionally and all kinds of shit. I played with the best teams in Europe. I've played against the best players in the world. So, I mean, I'm not bigging myself up there, so don't fucking go, oh, you fucking fill yourself out, you motherfucker. You think you're great. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just setting up the picture, the painting. You're setting up the background before I actually go into the rest of it. So, I'm not bragging. I'm just saying that's the history, which leads me into why I don't think it's the best thing since sliced bread, because I've played far better. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy playing Call of Duty. I do. I've played every Call of Duty. It's a slightly guilty pleasure of mine. So I enjoy Call of Duty. I don't bag on Call of Duty. I enjoy it. But at the same time, do I think it's the best first-person game ever? Do I? Fuck. No way. Absolutely not. Some of the stuff really makes my stomach churn. Like I say, I enjoy the game, but some stuff still makes my stomach churn really, really badly. Like what they've done with design, like design decisions. That's a mouthful. For modern day gamers, it's watered it down, big time. But that's what people enjoy. So you can't hate on the company for catering to the mass market. It's a business. And their business is to entertain as many people as possible. And they achieve that. They are successful in entertaining a huge, huge number of people. In the same way that Blizzard is incredibly successful in entertaining a huge, huge number of MMO players. You might think the game is shit. Hopefully, if you think the game is shit, you've not played it. Because there's one thing I don't like, is people that played the game 2 years, 12 hours a day, they were at every raid, all they cared about for 2 years was DKP. And then when they finished playing the game, my god, that game is shit. Oh my god, Warcraft is fucking terrible, I hate that game. Why does anybody even play the game? You've played it for 2 years? Solid? How can you turn around and then say it's shit? You must have enjoyed it at some point. Oh no, since this expansion it's gone down now and stuff like that. It's like, well, fair enough, but you know, you can't just you can't just paint the entire game with this fucking brush like it's shit. It's like, you know, you could say at least it's like, I don't like it now. Fair enough, but some people just turn around and go, Warcraft is just shit, period. It's like, what? It's like, did you play it? It's like, yeah, I was in this top guild, we got silver first and all this stuff. It's like, oh my god. So obviously you enjoyed it enough to spend all your time playing it, but like I say, that's a topic for another on topic is that, but still, people, I mean, they're successful in entertaining a shit ton of people. So how is that fail? It's not. They do the job. It's a business. They make a shit ton of money, and they also make a shit ton of people happy at the same point. I don't see what the problem is here. Oh, they're ruining gaming. Come on. Really? One game is ruining gaming. How? I don't see how one game can destroy gaming. You could voice some kind of argument saying, well, like, let's take Halo as an example, adding regenerating health and you know, only 2 weapon slots and stuff like that. That ruined first-person games. It's like, look, man, I've played first-person games, and I would love for arena shooters to come back, good old deathmatch arena shooters, to come back in the way they were, you know, fucking 10 plus weapons, you know, fucking all the movement skill and all the aiming precision, you know, you don't let the computer or the console aim for you. I'll get onto that in a minute. But I would love it to come back. They ain't. Because gaming, and this is somebody that loves Quake and Unreal stuff like that, you've just got to be honest about it. They ain't coming back because gaming has grown leaps, bounds. It's jumping over mountains now compared to fucking molehills that it used to. It's massive, and those kind of games are appealing for regular people to play. Like, let's take a fighting game for example. Like, the first time you fire up a new fighting game, you are bewildered, you don't know what the fuck to do, and this can turn people off because they feel like they're never gonna get good at it. Well, what about in a first-person game? It's the same shit, but I would consider it harder. You know, if you are new to a first-person game, your chances of winning somebody that's even getting it, like, even putting them down to half health is going to be an epic crusade. You will not kill them. You know, at least in a fucking fighting game, you might actually hit them once or twice. You know, at least in a strategy game, you might actually get, like StarCraft or something like that, you might get a few units out before your base gets crushed. But in a first-person game, the skill bar is too high. I still hold to this day that first-person games are the most skilled form of gaming. Like, so you might disagree, you might say, oh no, it's strategy games, you might say, no, it's fighting games. But like I say, that's your opinion, this is mine. I think first-person games are the most skilled. There's just the most overall, you know, like, both body and mind at play in a first-person game. I mean, I'm not saying there's not body and mind at play in a... Like I say, I consider the trinity of skilled games is, like, RTS, like StarCraft, FPS, like Unreal and Quake, and fighting games like Street Fighter and shit like that. So, why didn't Street Fighter have a second game that I could have mentioned? The Street Fighter and... I'm going to throw Guilty Gear and BlazBlue in there for the sake of it, so there you go. King of Fighters! Sorry, King of Fighters! Oh my god, I feel bad for not mentioning King of Fighters. Bad, bad, bad. Street Fighter and King of Fighters, and I'm going to say Guilty Gear and BlazBlue anyway, because I like them. So, they're good. Me and BlazBlue and Guilty Gear are pals. I don't know like I play that much, but still, I do really enjoy the games when I do play them. So yeah, they're the holy trinity of skilled gaming, in my opinion. But like I say, those kind of like first person, I mean, fighting games have survived, strategy games have survived, first person games have become more popular than fighting games and strategy game combined. So the popularity has bred more casual mechanics. And that's not the fault of Call of Duty for playing into that as a business model. It's not. Because it still manages to be fun. It's not a case of like, it sells shit tons and it's shite. It still manages to be fun. I mean, you might disagree, you know, like, well, this version wasn't as good as the last version. It is something I always find... This is something I've noticed with the Call of Duty community, more than people outside of it, where whatever the newest Call of Duty game is, it's shit compared to the last Call of Duty game, which is still not as good as Call of Duty 4. So let's take this as an example. Modern Warfare 3 is shit compared to Black Ops, which isn't as good as Call of Duty 4. But when Black Ops was out, Black Ops was shit compared to Modern Warfare 2, which still wasn't as good as Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 1. So, I mean, people go, no, people thought Black Ops was fine. It's like, no, I'm sorry, at the time, I remember a lot of people going, Black Ops was fucking rank. So, it's like, every Call of Duty currently out is worse than the last one, which is still worse than Call of Duty 4. But it's like, if they're all the same game, why isn't everybody playing Call of Duty 4? Because everybody likes to play the newest one, they like to see the new stuff added in, so it's not the same game. But, like I say, to finish up, some of the stuff, like I say, my own opinion of, like I say, I sit in the middle. I don't think it's the best thing ever. I also don't think it's the worst abhorrence. I got that from my last on topic. That's my favourite word of today, is that, abhorrence. I don't think it's an abhorrence to gaming or anything like that either. But I do have my own pet peeves with it. Like I said, I enjoy it. I do. It's a guilty pleasure. I enjoy playing it. It's fun. But at the same time, like I said, I'm very neutral with it. Very neutral. I enjoy it, but I'm neutral in opinion about it because I have fun. But at the same time, stuff annoys the shit out of me so much. Like the netcode. Holy fucking shit. I really, really, really despise the netcode. And it's not just exclusive to Call of Duty, but considering the size of Call of Duty, you would think they would host proper servers for it. They make more than any other game, and then they credit the portal, it costs us more money, each game we make, it costs more to make. Yeah, and you make exponentially more millions out of it every time, so don't even fucking try it. And they're too cheap to host their own servers. We've got to use his own bandwidth and go peer-to-peer with each other. So there's always a host, isn't there? There's a host sorting out all the peer-to-peer shit. This is all rough, by the way. But like I said, I don't pretend to know the exact mechanics, but I do know this. The host advantage is fucking bullshit, man. Seriously. It's like when you die and you see the kill cam. It's like they're playing a different game to what you are. They're like a second. I've seen some kill cams, and I swear to God, it's like they're about 2 seconds or more ahead of you. It's like they've come around the corner, shot you. You've not shot a bullet, but on your screen, they've come around the corner. You've been ready for them. You've shot at them to the point of going, what the fuck? I've heard like 2 headshots go like ting ting for the headshot, and I've shot into the body, and then I've died. And it's like, what? And on their screen, when you watch a kill cam, you've not fired a single shot. You've just stood there and got rinsed by this guy that's run around the corner. And it's like, oh my god, that is seriously uncool in a first-person game. So bad. Gears does it perfectly. I remember in Gears 1, and was it Gears 2 as well? I know it was in Gears 1, but I can't remember if it was in Gears 2, the multiplayer, where they'd have the same thing, the host advantage. And I didn't play much, if any, of, I can't remember. I think I played a bit of Gears 1 multiplayer, but none of 2. And I can just imagine the shotgun in that game when you've got the host advantage, when you're a second or 2 ahead of people, and you can just get into close range, and they think you're far away, and then you're not, and then you just get one-shotted. So what did they do in Gears 3? They listened, and they went, yeah, you're right, guys. Host advantage makes it so the game isn't fair. If there's 10 people in the game, there's 9 people and 1 god. Because they have such an advantage, it's unreal. And it's the same in Call of Duty. If you have that host, it's called host advantage for a reason. It's a serious advantage. It's not even like, oh, it's only slight and stuff like that. It's only a little bit. Horse shit. It's fucking huge. Massive. I really fucking hate it, guys. I really, really do. It winds me up daily. It's so annoying. It really, really, really is. And I can feel sometimes, well, like when I'm hosting, I can feel it. Like people just don't get chance to react. And sometimes you go, you were looking at me, but yet you didn't shoot. And yet I've seen you doing well with everybody else around the map. You are sucking. But when you see me, you look like a noob. And it's not a case of like, I'm not bigging myself up. Well, when you meet me, you may as well be noob. For I am fucking godlike. Not that, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying they seem to act newbie. And that's because of the fucking host advantage. I can feel when I've got it myself. And it's lame. So that's my first pet peeve. I fucking hate that so much. My second peeve isn't quite as large as that one. And like I say, to be honest, that's not Call of Duty exclusive, the first one, but still, you know, considering the amount of money they make, they should fucking sort it out in Black Ops 2, but maybe they won't, they probably won't. Nobody seems to really fucking mind it that much, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, the second peeve is, auto-aim. Do you know, it seems so horseshit to me, really. I mean, some folk goes, oh, well, you need it if you're on a console. Do you? Gear seems fine to me. I don't detect any auto. Is there ever so slight auto aim, but I don't think there is. Do you know? I can't remember if it's ever so slight auto aim in Gears 3, or there is none whatsoever. Now I'm sure some people got some arguments against that, but I've got to be honest. Like I say, fucking Gears handles it fine. There's no need for auto aim in that game. I don't see why you need it. I don't see what would be so wrong with aiming normally. But you see, I can let it slide a little bit. You see, it's not like I was saying. It's not my biggest peeve. I can let that slide a little bit, you know, for the sake of being casual for folk, just so folk can get into the game a little bit easy and feel like they can get a kill or two. Playing back into what I said a few minutes back, you know, where they're just trying to appeal to the mass and make it fun for them. So I can let that slide. What I can't let slide, which is slightly attached to it, but like I say, I can't let it slide, is the no-scoping. Now, I'm not one of these people that gets no-scope and then starts shouting down the mic, go, fucking no-scope noob and stuff like that. It's not the actual action of getting killed by no-scope that annoys me. It's just the overall action of no-scope, period. It makes it so people run around with a sniper rifle like it's a shotgun, with the added difference that, wow, you've got to press a button before you fire. That's the only difference, rather than just looking at somebody and then shooting them with a shotgun in the ideal range. All you got to do is hold the fucking, well, press the fucking aim down sight button, and then briefly afterwards fucking shoot. It's like, it's a shotgun. It's a one-shot shotgun with the added difference, you need to press a button beforehand. before you shoot. Wow, that is just seriously horseshit. And what really makes me laugh, this doesn't annoy me, this makes me fucking laugh, is when people start doing 360 spins. Please don't say you've done this shit as well, man. Please don't. Please. If you have done, please just don't let me know. Because they do this 360 shit. They turn around, they peg the pad, peg the stick, so like it's doing a 360, and just at the last split second, the aim down sights, no scope, bang, and kill you. It's like, wow, you amazing, because this, like I said, not only does it like the no scoping thing, because the aim like magnetizes to them, doesn't it? It auto aims onto them, so there's no skill in no scoping. Period. None. I don't care what you're gonna argue about this. There is none. On top of that, it's like, I mean, I'm not 100%, but isn't the like say you've got somebody right in the middle of your screen, and you're looking to the right of them. So your crosshairs to the right. You move left with the stick. So your sensitivity is normal, 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 and then as soon as you get over them or near them, your sensitivity slows down a bit, doesn't it? And then as soon as you get past them, it speeds up again. So it's like, how skilled am I? I can do a 360 as soon as I notice that the sensitivity is starting to stick on them. I press the aim down sights button, let the console do the aiming for me, and then fucking shoot. I skilled. Look at me, I did a 360 beforehand because I'm skilled. It's like, no, you did a 360 beforehand because the game's playing it for you. The game is aiming for you. The game is slowing down your crosshair to be over them, and then on top of that, it's aiming directly at them for you. Even if you're a bit off, it'll correct the aim for you. There is no. It doesn't matter how many 360 spins you do. It doesn't matter if you do a flying fucking leap before you do it. It doesn't matter if you've got like fucking fireworks flying out your ass, streamers, party poppers, all kinds of fucking shit going off. It doesn't fucking matter. So that does like I said, that element actually just makes me laugh. Because like I say, when people fucking, yeah, I did a 360 spin before I got you. It's like, oh wow, awesome, yeah, sweet, you did excellent there, awesome. Not like the console wasn't aiming for you, or slowing down your sensitivity or anything like that so you could be more accurate. No, none of that. But like I say, my biggest peeve is the netcode, which isn't exactly unique to Call of Duty. And like I say, other peeves, like I say, the magnetizing of like your sensitivity and the auto aim and stuff like that, which is obviously going to annoy me in it because I come from a different era of first person games where, funnily enough, when you wanted to aim at somebody, you did it all yourself. You know, your sensitivity didn't slow down when you moved over somebody. You didn't get any kind of like, well, if you like start zooming with the railgun, it'll automatically attract to the person you're shooting at. It's like, what? Bullshit. But like I said, those are my two little kind of like peeves about it and stuff like that. And like I said, to be honest, it's only the netcode that really bugs me. And I would say that's not Call of Duty's fault, but it certainly is the developer's fault for not adding proper dedicated servers. Definitely. Definitely. On the console version anyway, and on the fucking PC now, but anyway. But the things I do like about Call of Duty, like I say, balance it out, it's a nice little sandwich here, balance it out at the end. The things I do like about Call of Duty, it's fun. Like I say, it's a guilty pleasure of mine. I find it fun, I really do. It's entertaining. You know, especially when you're on the console version and you got everybody chatting away on the mics and stuff like that. It's a nice fun little social game. You know, you don't have to think too much, you don't have to play too hard. You know, it's an armchair game. It's exactly what, like I say, people taking it too seriously, I can't understand, because it's like, the design, once again, a mouthful is this, the design decisions scream it to me that this game is not meant to be taken seriously. That's why you don't really see fucking like shit tons of fucking like, you know, massive tournaments, you know, Call of Duty 5v5 and shit like that. You know, the biggest game, like first person game on the consoles, and where's all the fucking tourneys at? Exactly, because it's not meant to be a competitive game really, not in that kind of like sense anyway. It's meant to be a fun game that you can just chill out and play, and it achieves that. Which is why I don't understand some of the hate. You know, if you just want to like relax and have some fun, Call of Duty is there for you. It will embrace you in its casuality, and like I say, it'll give you a good. I find it fun. It'll give you a good fun time. It's not gonna it's not gonna tax your brain. It's not gonna tax your skills. Just chill out and play and have fun, and that's why I enjoy it, because, like I say, it's just generally entertaining. Would I prefer to play something like, I mean, say Counter-Strike Global Offensive coming out? Yeah, I think I probably will prefer a new version of Counter-Strike over, like, say, Black Ops 2. But I'm still going to play Black Ops 2, and I'm still going to enjoy the shit out of it, no doubt, because I know it's not going to be that much different, but it's still going to be different. It always will be. The maps will be different, the weapons will be different, the way they handle everything's going to be different, the feel's going to be slightly different, so... I mean, single player is an entirely different subject. This was more about the multiplayer and stuff, really. But... like I say, I think the extremes about Call of Duty, in a nutshell, I think the extremes are too extreme. Like, I think the anti-Call of Duty extremes are too extreme. I think the pro-Call of Duty extremes are too extreme. Like I say, my opinion is straight down the middle. It's a guilty pleasure. I know it has faults, and I don't like the faults that it does have. But at the same time, I know it has good sides to it and good elements, and it's fun, and I enjoy that element as well. So, straight down the middle for me, if you wanted to know my opinion. So guys, I shall catch you later. See you, dudes!